Dan Casey, Bridge River Investments, and an advisor on people's retirement. What is the biggest mistake that people make when planning for their retirement?
I think the biggest mistake is, and athletes have this, it's called paralysis by analysis. There's so many different options out there, so many things to do and to think of that they don't do anything. And like you've even said, they put it in their scary drawer.
Yeah.
And I think they don't look at it, and they don't do what things need to be done, especially when you're in that period right before you retire, like maybe 5 years. There's a lot of things you can start to do where it makes retirement set when you actually do pull the trigger.
All right, on the other side of the coin, what are some positive steps people can take right now?
Right now, they just need to look at everything and make sure decisions are being made, especially on the big moves like Social Security. If you are one of the lucky ones that still has pensions available, the options there, what to take, and making sure that everything is set and you can get it to the maximum possible. And that takes some strategies because you might want to hold off on Social Security. You might want to take it right away. You might, there's options like that that you need to start planning for now.
And are there ways that you can maximize benefits with your Social Security, or has the deadline for all of that passed?
No, there was one deadline that got rid of one of the strategies that I used to use a lot for my clients. But the budget bill that was passed by President Obama only got rid of one, but phased out another one called restricted applications. So there is still an option, depending on when you were born, to really maximize those benefits. So people need to know that and need to act on that.
Do you also Dan, there's a lot of financial advisors out there who like to work with people's portfolios, but yet you specialize strictly in those people who are about to retire or who have just retired.
Yeah, when you're in your 30s and 40s, there's not a whole lot of magic involved. You put your money in the market. If you have great gains in the market in the beginning or bad gains in the beginning, it doesn't really matter. The end result's going to be the same. But when you're retired and no more money's coming in, it's a whole different ballgame. You've got inflation, you've got taxes, and you're withdrawing money from your portfolio. So a really bad first couple years in the market could decimate your portfolio. And look where we're looking at in the market. We're at all-time highs. So if you're coming up to retirement, it could change everything for you if we do get a correction.
So rather than a general practitioner, you're a brain surgeon.
Yes, we can look at it that way, sure. And really, it's a niche that's needed, I think, because baby boomers 10,000 are retiring every day, and I think it's something that has to happen.
All right. Over the years of doing some limited financial planning, I've already told you I haven't done a lot, but when I have, there seems to be a lot of fees associated with the moves that I've made.
Yeah, and that's one of the big problems. For instance, John Bogle, who started the Vanguard funds, his famous saying is, it's not what you make, it's what you keep. And fees is a big factor in that. I find all the time people coming into my office, and they're stuck in these variable annuities, really high-end fees. And then they get these special bells and whistles to protect their money that's in the market in these variable annuities. That even adds to the fees and gets even higher. So the market's got to make 5-6% before you even break even. Mutual funds, again, just very, very high-end fees. They don't even beat the benchmark that they're trying to beat. So it's just, you've got to watch where your money is, where it's going, because fees can eat up any returns that you.
But there are ways to avoid the fees.
There are ways to avoid the fees, yeah, for sure. For once, if an annuity even makes sense for you, there are other annuities that have absolutely zero fees. You just want the bare bones annuities most often. ETFs, exchange traded funds, usually are the best way to go if you've got money in the market, because there's very, very low in fees, and you don't have a manager in there tinkering with it, trying to buy and sell, adding to the fees. They can't beat the benchmark anyway, so why bother?
So, Dan, for people who visit your website, decide to call you and make an appointment, do you charge them for that visit?
No, not at all. In fact, it could take 1, 2, 3 meetings for people to get comfortable, and I'm okay with not charging at all for my time. I look at it as an investment in our relationship, really. So there's no charge, and of course, there's never an obligation. They're free to take it home, look it over, talk to their own advisor, or call me back, and we can help with part or all of their portfolio.
I can support that statement too, folks, because Dan every month throws 2 different seminars. They're free of charge. He offers great free advice, and he feeds you dinner. Check the website, nesteggspecialist.com. You can find information about the seminars there, and you can make an appointment to visit Dan. Is there a perfect age for retirement?
No, it just depends on everybody's unique situation. Because, again, once they pull that trigger and retire, there's usually no more money going into the pot. So you just need to make sure your ducks are in a row before you actually retire, to make sure that you don't outlive your money.
And just so maybe people don't realize this, because I didn't know until I asked the question a month or so ago, both income from pensions after you retire and income from Social Security after you retire, both of those are considered taxable income, correct?
Correct.
some people, I think, have the feeling that that's just free money coming in.
Yeah, and Social Security can be tax exempt, but your income's got to be pretty low for that to happen. But for the most part, yeah, they're both taxable.
One more thing to watch out for.
Yes, people look at that as the three-legged stools. What's that commonly called is to support your retirement. Your income comes from three different things: your Social Security, your pensions, and that third leg is your investments. And that's the tricky part. That's what can make the stool fall down if you don't have that planned out properly.